Yo, what's good? It's your boy 730G Wheezy, back with another one. So let's get right into it. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up, be notified whenever I drop some new heat. So let's get right into this today. We're gonna be cutting my boy, my son, Cameron. This kid's a beast. Yo, so today we're gonna be doing a mid to low kind of skin fade crop top. Throwing a little bit of enhancements on top. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start off by creating this guideline. And I got my 2020 tees right now, JRL, check them out. After I create my guideline, I'm gonna come in with my shaver, just clear up that bottom. I'm flicking out using that C-scoop motion. I'm not trying to leave any other line, so I'm just blending into my trimmer line. Now I got the JRL 2020 Cs. Now I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna create my next guideline. And I'm just creating a line, maybe a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch up from my bald line. Then I'll throw my one guard open and I'll create my next guideline. Now this technique, I started from the bottom. I made my steps, my layers, and then I'm just gonna start fading down from there. So now I close my one, and I just start attacking that top line. Now I'm not going higher than my 1.5, but I'm going into my 1.5. I'm not creating any other dark lines, I'm kind of just blending right now. I'll throw my 16th on. Now I'm still working at that same line. Now you see that line I just pointed to? I got no guard on, I opened up my lever, now I'm just working at that line. So basically I started at the bottom, I got to my top, and then I started fading down from there. Now guys, during this, if you guys have any questions or anything, do not hesitate to ask whatever you have to, leave it in the comments below. Like I said, hit the subscribe button down in the right corner, helps me out tremendously. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the followers. Now I grabbed my JRL 1040s and I'm still working at that bottom line. I'll work open. I'll always start open and then I'll start closing from there. Now I'm just flicking out. I'm not creating any other hard lines above where I'm at. Because as I said before, we started from the bottom, we worked our way up. Now we're going down. If you go higher into it, you're just gonna create another line, so you kind of have to be careful as you're working down. We're just flicking. You need to know how to do that C-scoop motion, just flicking out without creating other lines. That's gonna come with time, but believe me, don't get frustrated. It's just something that you're gonna have to learn how to do over time. But once you get it, there's not gonna be a haircut you cannot attack. So basically I just blended out that bottom, so I got up to my parietal ridge up there where the crown is, and it was dark, so now I'm just kind of hitting out that line. His hair's not really that dark on top. Usually I would clip over comb that if his hair was a little bit longer. I mean, I probably could have clipper over combed it, but I'm just attacking it a different way. Like I said, in all my videos, I'm always attacking my haircuts different. So I got my 2 on right now, and I'm just kind of hitting that line that's at the parietal ridge, at the crown over there. A lot of times you could work that weight line out with your scissors. You could do some shear work. You could do your blending shears. Basically, however you feel more comfortable doing it, that's what you're gonna go with. Now you see, now I'm just picking around at my corners, just doing some detailing work. Again, I'm using my JRL 2020Cs. You'll see me go back and forth. I'll use my 2020Cs, I'll use my 1040s. Usually when you start seeing me picking up the corners of my guards and stuff, I'm just in there detailing, just cleaning some stuff up, just getting little dark spots. You just gotta mess with them. Just keep going left and go right. Whatever you gotta do to lighten up those spots. I got my 16th guard down, now just doing the same thing. I feel like that I accomplished whatever I could with my 1. So now I threw my 16th on, just cleaning up a little bit more dark spots. And I'll basically just keep doing this until I'm satisfied with the area that I'm working in. Now I took the 16th guard off, now I'm just attacking it with my open blade. So when you guys see me picking at my corners like that, you see sometimes my clippers are turned like really sideways. And I do that because I'm going higher up into my fade. And if you look on the side of the blade, there's actually, that first tooth actually has a bigger gap than everything. So, I mean, there's a lot of forgiveness when you turn your blade sideways, when you're just detailing things. So just remember, that's always a trick too. Now we got the 2020Ts, basically just doing the same thing. I'll take my trimmers, I'll use the corners of the blades, and I'll just start picking around, just cleaning everything out. Now right here, I'm gonna start working on his edge up. We're not pushing anything back and we're not pushing anything up. So right there, I'm just following his natural hairline. I know a lot of the newer barbers now, you guys creating some weird C-scoops, and yeah, man, just keep it natural. Keep it natural, man. Keep it natural there, don't push anything back. We don't want it growing back all messy and weird looking. You know, it might look fresh for the first day and a half, and after that, you can start seeing it coming in, and it just doesn't look good no more. Now, like I said, usually I'd hit that with my scissors, but I see that little dark spot up there, and I'm just gonna hit that with my 2. Just start picking around. You know, I know I can take that out with my clipper over comb, but I'm just gonna attack it a little bit, just lighten it down a little bit more. And then we'll just take care of the rest of it when I get to my scissors. Take care of it when we get to the scissor work. But even right there, you can see me, I'm kind of using just the right side of my guard just to start picking at the dark spots. But like I said, that weight line right there, I don't really have to worry about it because I know when I get to my shear work, that's just gonna blend right out anyway. Alright, now we'll just start working our way around the head. And basically, we're just going to follow the same steps. Whatever you do to one side of the head, you got to do to the other. We're just going to follow the same steps, go through everything else. Try to be consistent with your haircuts. When you're consistent, you have a certain way that you do something, then just follow it. But there's no need to start switching things up. Once you get seasoned, you can start jumping around, doing different things. Just stay consistent. Find a way, stay consistent with it. Once you start getting quick that way, then you could try different things. But if you're a newer barber and you're trying to perfect your craft, or you're trying to get consistent with things, just stay consistent. If you feel comfortable a certain way, don't let anyone else tell you anything. Just stick with what you're doing now. Once you get comfortable and you feel like it's time for you to do something else, you're comfortable cutting that way, then you could start trying different things. But don't just start something and start switching things up, because you're just going to confuse yourself. You're going to forget where you are. Just stay consistent. Yo, it's funny, everyone thinks I'm messed up, man. I make my kids book appointments with me. You know, I'm just so busy, man. I ain't got time. Sometimes my kids just want to pop in and be like, hey, Dad, cut my hair. I ain't got time, man. I make my kids go on my schedule and book appointments with me. People think it's messed up, but yo, I can't. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be rushing around. They always seem to pop in during your busiest days. You know what I mean? Friday or Saturday. Midday. They'll be like, Dad, can I get a haircut? Looking at your schedule. You crazy, boy? So we're just staying consistent with this haircut. You know, there's some dark spots. I'm pointing them out, and then I'll start hitting them. I just sped everything up so we're not going through this whole thing. I like to take my time on my kid's haircut. I really appreciate everyone that comes on my channel, checks me out, subscribes. If you guys have a similar channel, don't be afraid to reach out. Leave it in the comments. If you have some content, I'll gladly subscribe to your channel too. There's nothing more I like seeing than barbers helping barbers. You know, I'm here and I try to help everyone out. I don't feel like I work against anyone or anyone's my enemy or anything. You know, we all got to learn off each other. This industry, man, we got to help ourselves grow. We'll help each other out, help this industry grow. That's the only way we get better. You know, I'm constantly on YouTube looking at new things, looking at new ways. Again, right there, I'm using my 1040s. If anyone hasn't used the 1040s by JRL, yo, 1040s by JRL, they're actually really nice. I love those clippers. They actually have a pair of Hunter 1114s too. That's their hair product line. They have a pair of clippers that are just like the 1040s. Suggest you guys check them out. You could follow Hunter at a Hunter 1114. They have their own website. JRL, you get on their website too to get whatever you want from them. Great products, great tools. You could find them at jrlusa.com. Sorry if I sound a little draggy today. It was a long day today. My boys had a football game, so I went over there. So it's been a long day. It's 11 o'clock at night right now. Because it's daylight savings, the clocks just switched, so. Yeah, so I'm happy to show you guys. As I'm here, I just cut, and you know, I feel like that's the best way to teach someone how to cut hair. You know, they have to be there, they have to see it. I encourage any new barbers, if there's barbers in your shop and they're seasoned barbers, just sit there and watch them cut. Oh, you want to learn new things, or you want to learn different tricks, sit next to a barber or just watch them as they cut, and you'll be able to learn something. start working on his top. His top was a little long, so we're just gonna clean that up a little bit, just trim off, just even things out. No, don't be afraid to touch your customer, move their heads where you need to go. No, sometimes my kids think I'm being rough when I'm moving their head around, but if you're standing near a chair for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, or you're cutting like 17 to 20 something heads a day, and if you start leaning over or bending over and you're sacrificing your posture, by the end of the day, you're gonna be hurting. They're sitting in your chair for 20 to a half hour. Oh, it's not gonna hurt them for a couple minutes if they gotta move their head, or you need to put their head in a place to make your job easier. Always have good conversations with your customers. Always talk about them. People like to talk about themselves, so if you guys struggling with topics to talk about with your clients, just remember, always talk about them. You know, they may ask you questions about yourself, but people like to talk about themselves. So as they're sitting in your chair, relaxing, getting their hair cut, ask them questions. Yo, what do you do for work? What have you been up to? How's your family? You got kids? Let me know. Did you go to college? Wow, that's awesome. How long did that take you? How did you get that job? How'd that fall into your lap? Or just keep them talking. A lot of times people just pay you for the conversation, man. For long days, sometimes people just want to talk and relax, chill out. A lot of times I don't even have music playing in my barbershop. I mean, there's music playing in my barbershop, but there's kids that come in and stuff, and you gotta worry about what kind of music you got going on, because you don't want swearing. You want to create a nice family environment. Sometimes I'll just have sports center on Saturdays. You got college football. A lot of times in the barbershop, we just be watching movies. You know what I mean? We're like the movie barbershop. We'll have a movie playing. We'll have some nice music, nothing crazy. Something that's like pop, or something that everyone listens to. Things you hear about on the radio. You don't want to have music on in your barbershop cursing. There's kids in there. Parents will start looking at you like, yo, man, my kids are in here. And sometimes they don't want to say it, but they want to. Just create a nice atmosphere for your customers. Just cleaning up the front line. You know, like I said, it's a crop top, so it doesn't have to be like too sharp. Just clean it up. And you know, some things I fast forward and some things I don't. I'm just kind of trying to give you guys something to look at, something to watch, show you what I do in like real time. When I start fast forwarding things, that's just things that you'll see in every one of my videos. And like I said, check out all my other videos, subscribe to my channel, check them all out. You could see different ways on how I execute haircuts. You'll be able to see a lot of different things. If you want to see me execute haircuts in different ways, leave it in the comment, let me know. Now I'm going over my hair enhancements. On him, I'm using like a brown black. Right here, I'm using the Tomb 45. They got the brown black and they got the onyx. I really use the onyx weight. I don't use the onyx too much, but the brown black, I use that a lot. Got that Tomb 45 card. You know, I hit that vertical right there. I'll darken that up. Now I don't paint my haircuts. I'm just enhancing that line. some people, I see them using hair enhancements and they're just spraying down the whole side of the head. They're making their fades look better. I literally just stay right at my line, and I just hit the trigger a couple times, let it dust on till it leaves a nice line, and that's really it. After I use my hair enhancements, I'll come in and I'll use my fibers, and make sure you guys spray a good distance away. As you can see right there, I sprayed it and a big blob came out. Now you can see that big dark spot right there. You know what I'll do is I'll grab my comb and I'll try to lighten that spot up. See, I'm brushing through that dark spot right now. Now after I get that fibers on, now I just go through with my white makeup pencil, and I'll just hit that line. And you don't press hard when you use the white pencil because it's harder to get off. And after you use that, you're just going to use your trimmers, and you're basically just hitting that white line and pulling it out. You're blending that white marker line out. Blend that white marker line out, it's going to make that line up pop. Pop. You'll see what I'm talking about. Then I'll just hit everything easy with that straight edge. Now, the reason why I don't use my straight edge right after I use my fibers or my white makeup pencil is because if you just apply that stuff and then you use the blade, it's like your lineup. You know, when you do a lineup, you push all the dead skin and the cut hairs, and it creates that line. The same thing will happen with this. So if you put hair fibers on and you just hit it with your straight blade, or even the white makeup pencil, it's just gonna build up and it's just gonna look real funny. So I'll use my trimmers and I'll kind of just push everything away so it's not creating that hard line with all the hair fibers and the white makeup pencil. Now we're just gonna do the same thing on the other side, just darken that up a little bit. And as you can see, I'm not spraying my fade, I'm just tapping that line. I feel like that's what's giving barbers bad names when they start using hair enhancements. Well, I could do haircuts without hair enhancements. And actually, when I start doing haircuts without hair enhancements, I actually fade a different way. I just go from the top to the bottom, and I just know where I need to keep my gradients darker, and I'll just go from there. I'm actually gonna come out with a video like that. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel so you guys can check that out. Now we're just doing the same thing on this side. You know, we hit it with the hair fibers, we hit it with the enhancements. Now right here, we're just making the line with my pencil. And then we're just gonna blend it out with the trimmers. And like I said, I'm happy for all the people that come on here. You guys watch the videos. I'm happy for all the people that subscribe. I really appreciate it. You know, really after this, all you really got to do is style. But as you can see how that lineup pops now? That lineup really pops now. It's crazy. Then I'll just hit it with the straight blade a little bit, and bam. It's tight. Hey, just style the top, you know, Like I said, this is a crop top, so we're just gonna throw some styling powder in there, some texturizing powder. Kind of run your fingers through that a little bit, hit it with a little bit of hairspray, and boom. Your boy's walking out the barbershop fresh. Thank you for subscribing to my page. Thank you for checking me out. Thank you for watching my videos. And I'll catch you on the next one.